And we have returned. You're listening to CSC Talk Radio. This is Beth Ann. I'm trying to point out to you that you are the reason, you are the ones who can fix this. You're not necessarily the reason, although our lack of doing anything previously is the reason that these things are out of control. Before I start hitting the Republicans, which I will, I want to finish what Jack, I can't think of his last name, Jack Minzy, had said here. Now, he's passed away, and this was one of his last articles, apparently. But he said, the only legitimate exercise of power in this country, according to the Democrats, is its own. Now, they've been upset every time they lose. Whenever Republicans exercise power, it is inherently illegitimate. The Democrats lost Congress. They lost the White House. So what did they do? They began trying to run the country through federal judges and bureaucrats. Now, that didn't just happen. I hope Jack realized that. They had been putting in place certain federal judges for a long time. He goes on in this article, every time that a federal judge issues an order saying that the President of the United States can't scratch his own back without his say-so, that's the Civil War. They have to have control in the courts with these federal judges. And when the Republicans say they want a conservative judge, it bothers me just as much as when the Democrats say they want a liberal judge. What we all should want, if we really and truly value liberty, is a constitutional judge. We may not agree every time they make a decision, but we want it to be made constitutionally, not through opinions or agendas. Well, this is a good read. If you didn't get it before and you are on the World Wide Web, go to my website, click on the blogs. I think it might have been the last, no, I think I had a blog from Daniel Turner, but it's on there and it's Civil War. You can just do a search Civil War and it'll come up. Now, going back even farther, because I have this article today that is by, what is his name? Mike Lee. Mike Lee. And I've lost it. Here it is. The GOP funded. Guess what they funded once again in the defense bill? In the defense bill, Planned Parenthood. Yeah. Now, going back to Charlie Reese's last article, 545 versus 300 million people. That 300 million people, I wish there was 300 million of you listening to me. That's you. You are the 300 million people. Yeah, you. So Charlie Reese's final article, he explains to us, politicians are the only people in the world who create problems and then campaign against them. Think about that. Have you ever wondered if both the Democrats and the Republicans are against deficits, why we have deficits? Have you ever wondered if the politicians are against inflation, why we have high taxes? Why do we have inflation and high taxes? You and I don't propose a federal budget. The president does. You and I don't have the constitutional authority to vote on appropriations. The House of Representatives does. You and I don't write the tax code. Congress does. You and I don't set fiscal policy. Congress does. You and I don't control monetary policy. The Federal Reserve Bank does. 100 senators, 435 congressmen, 1 president, 9 Supreme Court justice equates to 545 human beings out of the 300 million are directly, legally, morally, and individually responsible for the domestic problems that plague this country. Now, let me break it down. You elected the president. So we're going to put that one on you, whoever the case may be, whoever the president is. You also elected Congress. The president nominates a Supreme Court justice. Congress either confirms or denies them. So even the Supreme Court justices come from Congress. The representatives, the House, are supposed to control and guard the purse, your tax dollars. How good a job have they done with that? When I overspend, I hear about it. I hear about it pretty quickly. How come they don't hear about it? How come they keep doing it? We never hear them cutting anything. Oh, but they will cut your Social Security, your Medicare, or the military. They will cut that. They'll always threaten you with your Social Security. Scare the old people. I guess that's us now. Scare the old people. They're going to throw mama from the train. Scare them. It's obvious. And why is the Federal Reserve Board there? Because Congress put them there. Congress is the greatest threat. Both Republicans, both Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Libertarians, Green parties, all of them. They are responsible for everything that we are experiencing in this country. They've turned over the monetary system to the Federal Reserve. They tax you, and they tax you, and they tax you. How many times have we told them to stop using taxpayer dollars for Planned Parenthood? And yet here they are again, doing it one more time. And this is Mike Lee, and I think he's not happy about it, but it happened anyway. And I think the president's not happy about it, and I would like to see him say no. Go back to the drawing board. Get the pencils out one more time. When they do these things, this is taxation without representation. We have bureaucrats in charge. Planned Parenthood is nothing. They don't plan parenting. That's not what they do. They might give away or sell birth control pills, but their business is abortion. Now you stop and think about what abortion truly is. I know there are those who refuse to understand that that's a life. It is a life from the moment of conception. It grows. It moves. It becomes a baby. Later they become teenagers. And then they become adults, which I get a big kick out of my adult children. As they put up with their teenagers, it's even funnier. Congress is a problem, America. I want you to go, and I will try and find the YouTube. Like I said, I'm going to watch it again. Mark Levin did an excellent, excellent job setting the case, setting it out, telling us history of what they have done before. How they treated Clarence Thomas was horrible. And now they're bringing out Anita Hill. Anita Hill lied. It was proven that she lied. And they're acting like she didn't. But she did. An honorable man like Clarence Thomas. Judge Bork never happened because they slandered him all over the place. And remember, Ted Kennedy, who left a woman in the bottom of the water in a car, went home, slept, and when he woke up the next morning, he decided to tell somebody about it later. I'm sure after he met with his attorneys, I'm certain it was after he thought about it, and his memory was, maybe I should say something. And he slandered Bork, saying women would have to have back alley abortions. It always comes back to abortion. Why is it Democrats are so concerned about killing babies? not concerned about saving them. They want to make sure they can kill them. It's not a right. It's not a health care. It's a medical procedure that takes a life and puts one at risk. When is enough going to be enough? 877-895-5410 is the number to call. That's 877-895-5410. Are you willing to make the noise to save babies and to save women and to save Judge Brett Kavanaugh? 202-224-3121, and we will be right back.